Hallo en welkom by hierdie week se episode van Blitsfokus. Dit is so fantasties om 'n slag weer jou hoofaanbieder te wees op Blitsfokus. In vandag se episode gesels ons met een van die mooiste blomme in die Namibiese tuin. Dit is Annerie Maré wat 'n bietjie meer vertel oor haar wortels in skoonheidskompetisies en hoe sy mevrou Wêreld Namibië geraak het. Natuurlik bring ons ook vir jou literêre nuus met die internasionale popster Dua Lipa in Niet op die rak en dan gaan kyk ons na die nuutste vrystellings in Voor in die koor en in die kollig.
To another exciting episode of Don't Work Talk.
We bring jou het lees die weer en vertel ook vir julle waar die vis heel moontlik gaan byt.
Dit is weer sulke tyd. Welkom by die nuusgesprek. Saam met my is natuurlik die lieflike Janet Diergaard. Hoe gaan dit?
Dit gaan baie goed met my. Hoe gaan dit met jou?
Dit gaan goed.
Dit is baie koud. Vanoggend was 2 grade Celsius, 7 uur. So dit is 'n bietjie te na aan 0 vir my.
Ja.
So ja, dis okay onder omstandighede.
Cutting it close.
Cutting it too close.
Maar okay, ons het daarom lekker nuus om ons litte los te kry,
ja.
ons ja. Eerstens in the zone hierdie week gesels ons bietjie oor Peace Girl. Dit is 'n oil-produksie waaroor jy geskryf het. Kan jy vir ons 'n bietjie meer vertel?
So Peace Girl is dan nou 'n heldin vir die kinders wat met gestremdhede lewe. Sy is dan nou 'n dowe heldin. En sy het 'n goeie sin vir balans, 'n goeie analisering, sense of analyzing stuff. En sy het ook sy kan ook beklei. Nou hierdie hele konsep van Peace Girl was saam met Oyo begin en dan het die leerlinge ook, die studente by die gestremde leerlinge het dan nou die konsep saam met Oyo begin en hulle het dan nou besluit wat se tipe abilities sy moet hê, haar superpowers en dis hoe dit dan nou ontstaan het en hulle het 600 kopies wat hulle dan nou gedruk het en dis dan nou die 1 Junie is dit geloods. Ja.
So, wat dink jy? Ek dink ons praat baie veral in die era van die Little Mermaid remake. Praat ons baie oor representation.
Ja.
Ek weet nie regtig wat die Afrikaanse woord daarvoor sou wees nie, as daar nie 'n Afrikaanse woord reeds is nie. Maar wat dink jy beteken dit vir 'n persoon?
Ek dink nogal dit kan baie vir 'n persoon beteken, maar jy kan dit ook in twee maniere ook daarna kyk. Want ek het eintlik onlangs 'n artikel gelees waar hulle sê hierdie poppe wat nou veral met gestremdhede uitkom, Mattel wat die Barbie poppe dan nou maak. Baie keer kies die kinders of groot mense die poppe met sonder gestremdhede en hulle verkies dit bo oor die poppe met gestremdhede. En die poppe wat gestremdhede het is altyd 'n bietjie duurder, maar dit is alles dan nou met die konsep van wokeheid en hoe ons alles wil woke maak.
Ja.
So in 'n geval soos die, dink ek dit is baie belangrik veral in ons Namibiese opset om dan nou in boeke in lees wat vir alle baie belangrike rol speel. En veral die feit dat die leerlinge saam met Oyo die cartoonist dat hulle dit dan nou saam gemaak het, is baie awesome en cool.
Ja.
So in die geval is dit dan nou vir hulle goeie representation en dit laat hulle gesien voel veral. Ja.
Ja. So van 'n dowe heldin na 'n sportheld. Todd Parker is 'n jong golfspeler wat nogals opslaa maak in die wêreld. Hy is op pad Mauritius toe. Maar nie net Mauritius nie, ek moet nou net hierso lees, hy het 'n beurs gekry vir die Midland College in Texas in die Verenigde State van Amerika en hy gaan Julie reeds trek. Maar ek dink ons praat nou al lank oor sport en doen ons in Namibië genoeg vir sport. Ons het ongelooflik baie sporttalente in Namibië. Al per capita vir hoeveel mense daar in Namibië is daar baie sporttalent. En vir die geleenthede wat hier is vir sport in Namibië is daar baie sporttalent. Dink jy, ons sien 'n toename die afgelope jare in al die geleenthede wat geskep word vir sport en sportmense. Dink jy ons doen genoeg? Dink jy daar's meer wat ons kan doen?
Daar's definitief altyd meer wat ons kan doen, want die sporttalent, soos jy sê, is baie, veral in Namibië. En as jy kyk na ons rugby-spelers, ons netbalspelers, hulle almal is so talentvol. Kyk, die golf is ook nie so 'n groot ding hierdie, maar kyk hoe goed doen hulle. Cricket wat ons voorheen nie eintlik soveel hoog geag het nie. Kyk hoe goed doen hulle. So as ons net 'n bietjie meer insit, bietjie meer geld, borge kry vir hierdie sporttalente, dink ek ons sal ver kan gaan. Kyk, ons Christine Bomas, daar's nog baie van hulle wat geskep moet word en genurture moet word. So ja.
Ja, daar is beslis ook, ek weet Bradley Morere is tans in Europa, waar hy deelneem aan 'n baie groot kompetisie. So ek dink daar is so, en ek meen as jy kyk na Beatrice en Christine, Beatrice Maselingi en Christine Boma, hulle het ook so half uit die agterkant van nêrens afgekom.
Ja.
Waar daar was nie regtig geleenthede vir hulle nie. Dit was nie regtig half dit was nie 'n snelweg nie, dit was maar 'n ingetrapte spoorpaadjie. En hulle absoluut vir die vloer op die internasionale verhoog.
Definitief. Hulle doen.
Veral gegee hoe min ervaring hulle het. As jy moet kyk na daai atlete in die line-up in die Olimpiese spele teen hulle, het baie meer ervaring as hulle. Hulle is baie ouer, hulle het baie meer geleenthede gehad. So dit sou ek dink praat van die dryfkrag of spreek tot die dryfkrag van Namibiërs, en ek dink ook net 'n natuurlike talent. Natuurlik. Ek glo nie baie sterk aan natuurlike talent nie, maar as ek vir Christine Beatrice kyk, dan glo ek so 'n bietjie aan talent. En dan laastens is Zoe Karsten Mevrotine Namibië. Is tans in Kambodja, waar sy gaan deelneem, ek glo aan die internasionale skoonheidskompetisie. Ja, ons het haar al reeds op Blitsfokus gehad. Sy's 'n absolute lieflike karakter. Sy word vergesel deur 'n vorige mevrotine Namibië, Annerie Wieland. So natuurlik mense sou alles sterkte toe en ons sal kyk wat sy
te voorbring, wat sy vir ons op die wêreld verhoog kan kry. En ja, soos jy gesê het, sy's 'n baie lieflike persoon. En ek glo met haar persoonlikheid kan sy baie meer dinge doen as net mevrotine Namibië. Hopelik staan ons 'n kansie daar op die wêreld verhoog. So ons kyk maar wat gebeur.
Ja, ek dink sy het 'n baie editorial look.
Sy's baie editorial en dis die ding, sy het so 'n unieke look aan haar. Veral haar gleufie tussen haar tande. Dis baie, hoe kan ek sê, uniek aan haar en uniek aan haar persoonlikheid.
Dit laat haar uitstaan.
Dit laat haar uitstaan, definitief.
So ja, it could be hit or miss, dink ek. Dis altyd die probleem met uniek. Is mense kan baie daarvan hou of hulle kan glad nie daarvan hou nie.
Ja.
So we'll see. Ons hou duim vas vir Zoe. Ek dink haar persoonlikheid sy's een van daai mense wat jy sien haar persoonlikheid aankom voordat jy half sien soos sy's hierdie verskriklike mooi mens, soos fisies mooi. Ek dink die persoonlikheid kom voor haar by die deur ingestap. So hopelik sal dit ook op die verhoog
deurskyn en deurkom. Ja, ek dink dis hoekom sy mevrotine Namibië gewen het. So ons hoop vir goeie resultate aan die ander kant.
Ons bly hoop, maar kom ons gaan loer nou 'n bietjie in by 'n ander Namibiese skoonheidskoninge.
Vandag praat ons net oor 'n skoonheidsgodinne.
Dit is natuurlik
Annerie Maré.
Annerie Maré, baie dankie dat jy my herinner, Jenny. Wat sal ek sonder jou doen? Annerie Maré, ons voormalige mevrou Wêreld Namibië, wat nou 'n bietjie met ons gaan gesels.
Good evening and welcome to Sunset News.
Dutch stays on list A in his speech, rate in taxes, and how much.
After the break, we take a look at the sports.
We bring you
Economic indicators, tomorrow's weather and sports. I am Raina Raiza Kweo.
Hello Namibia, land of the brave. I am Annerie Maré. Miss World Namibia 2021, and Miss Personality Namibia 2023. I'm 28 years old and a counselor. I'm also an influencer and the founder of the Annerie Desert Sustainability Development Trust, which I'm very excited about. I also studied in beauty therapy, so there's a lot of passions that I have. I'm from Kamaniap, but I was born in a small town called Agter. My dad is a contractor in drilling, so our family was traveling throughout the country. I was homeschooled and I had my first bath after my birth at Spitskoppe, because in this little puddle, because we were busy with the contract at that time. The country of Namibia is beautiful to me because I traveled throughout of it, and this is also where a lot of my passions was born. If it wasn't us traveling throughout the country, drilling for water and being homeschooled under a tree, I was also on the farm. So I'm a farm girl. My story looks somewhat different because I was homeschooled. I didn't have the opportunity to do dancing, and I would have loved to, but I trained myself to do dance and horseback riding. And sometimes we would be part of the private school functions. So there was some sports there. And I enjoyed it very much. After matriculating, I traveled to the United States of America. I became part of Eagle's Wings Ministries. They're working with young girls using the method of equine whispering, horse whispering, also known as. Sooner or later I became a head wrangler, and the people of the United States became like family in so many different ways. This was one of the most beautiful times of my life. I then also studied beauty therapy, and I started to travel with Heal the Land Ministries internationally, where I became their international youth leader. Hence my backstory of what I'm passionate about in pageantry and philanthropy. I have really grown a passion for people that doesn't have sustainability, that doesn't know the need of agriculture and how to cultivate that in their lives. And that's where the passion for all of this was born. Because throughout this time, I've seen so many people and households in need because they don't have the skill to put up a garden or have the skill to be in agriculture. And I think agriculture is such an important thing for our country. Because of my passion for the next generation and the youth, I have decided to participate in Miss Namibia and then got the opportunity to become Miss World Namibia to participate in the international competition at Miss World. Because of all of this passion that I have, it all started when I had a lot of hindrances and I was working full-time with youth. Then I was looking at it and I thought, this youth needs someone to inspire them. They need someone to follow. They need true leaders that can lead them. I fell sick with COVID and I had a very near-death experience. And it was at this time when I overcame the virus that I thought by myself, I would like to have a louder voice to speak truth and to speak identity into people's lives. And therefore, that's how I decided to become a Miss Namibia. Then I had the opportunity, by the grace of God. Miss World Namibia changed my life in so many ways I cannot even start to explain. Puerto Rico changed my life. My competition at Puerto Rico for the 71 Miss World competition all existed of rehearsals and sightseeing, especially because Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico a few years ago. It was very good for Miss World to go over so that we can establish and create more tourism for the country. I learned so much about myself, and there was 100 other young girls with me, women of valor, women that stood for something for their countries, women that stood for winning a Miss World. They were so powerful in their projects, the Beauty with a Purpose projects and everything that they were ambitious about. So I can say now that I made friends from around the world, and it really changed my life. It also changed my outlook on my own country. It made me realize that what we have in our hands is so powerful. So my philanthropy does not stop with Miss World. My philanthropy goes forward with what we can accomplish in our country if we just have unity, and if we take hands, and if we can teach one another the importance of sustainability, the importance of entrepreneurship, the importance of a young person's value and their identity, and how much of that there is for them to live out who they truly are. In my experience also at Miss World, we had a COVID outfall just before the final show, which was really heartbreaking for me because there was so much excitement for the final show. It then happened that I had to fly back to the United States. I then decided to advocate for my project and to go to different schools and FFA programs, and I was visiting the West Virginia University to just be part of what they do there and to advocate for what we do in Namibia and the sustainability, to learn more about the agriculture and just how the United States are being influenced. So I advocated for Namibia while I was in the States. It was really an amazing experience to me to learn how they see things and in the future how we can work together. Going for Miss World in 2021 has changed my life in so many different ways. I could advocate for my country and be an ambassador for my country. Our time there existed of rehearsals to the final show and sightseeing of the Puerto Rican island. The Puerto Rican island was hit by the Hurricane Maria a few years ago. So our visit as Miss World to this beautiful tropical island really changed a lot of things for them. It just exposed them to a lot of tourism and just helped the country going through that time and to recover from all of that. After the final show was postponed, we unfortunately was postponed by COVID. After that, I had to fly out to the United States. In the United States, I then decided to visit the FFA and to visit one of the largest agricultural universities in the United States. This university was the West Virginia University. And it was amazing because I could speak to professors of the sort, to so many students that is currently graduating in agriculture. And I could advocate there about how in Namibia we are in our education towards agriculture and just the needs that we have here. I could really advocate for that, and I enjoyed it so much just to learn more about the United States culture regarding agriculture and how we can implement that in our own country and also the other way around, and just how we can get involved in this philanthropy. I have once heard that if you have a lot to do, you have time for more. So I keep myself busy. I'm a very, very passionate person about life, and I have a lot of ambition. I really believe in having ambition and pursuing what you feel to do and what you dream to do. So I get time by just making time. I believe that when I prioritize things and I have a passion for something, that's when I make time for it. And especially because I have a passion for people, and that's why I put my time out there for people, to be an influencing voice to this generation. So that's how I established my time. In 2019, I was inspired by a dream to start my own custom-made perfume range, my own fragrance. I then established it in 2009 and launched my website in 2021. I then custom-made it and decided to call it Anne number 7. And the company that I established then was Anne Fragrances. This contributes to the Sustainability Trust as well. The story of my life is not all glamorous, and it might look so glamorous at this stage of what I've achieved. But there is one thing I do know, and that is that every morning we have to stand up and be brave, because Namibians have to be brave. We are a country so vast and beautiful and still developing in so many ways. There are so many entrepreneurial possibilities out there, and I want to encourage you guys to follow your heart, because in that lays the key. It is not that we are afraid of what we have, but sometimes we are afraid of what we have. And I want to encourage you, use what you have, because that is enough. I want to inspire Namibians with my projects that we have enough in our hands. We have enough potential to develop our country to become an agricultural hub, because agriculture is one of the main sectors of our country that we need to develop. So I want to inspire not only young girls and young people, but also everyone that watched this video today, that it is important to take responsibility regarding this. And to the young girls that wants to go into pageantry and wants to pursue something in this direction, you have to know who you are, and you have to know that you are enough to be able to influence a generation. You have to know that what you bring is enough, and that you don't have to compromise anything of yourself to influence any of that, and that your beauty is enough. I believe that as a young person, when you look at yourself, you have to believe in yourself, because there's a lot in this world, and not everyone will believe in you. But if you believe in yourself, there's a point of reach that you can make. You can make waves, and I want to inspire you with it. I believe that as an influencer, one has such a big responsibility, because you're running in front and you're influencing a generation to be powerful and to have strength in what they believe in. So dear young one, I just want to tell you, the world is your oyster, and you can achieve anything. It all depends on the decision making that you will make and your perspective about life. If you feel stuck in a perspective, I think it's very important that you change your perspective, because life is ever evolving, and you can achieve that. You can achieve what you want to achieve. It all depends on two things: your decision making and your perception about that certain thing. Sometimes our dream scares us, but it's in that we need to be brave.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouth-watering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
In die kollig hierdie week gaan kyk ons na die Swim Against the Tide film wat sy eerste lokprent Vrydag vrygestel het. Dit is 'n film wat 'n lig skyn op uitbuiting in die werksplek wanneer 'n werknemer sy werkgewers aanpak nadat hy onregverdig afgedank is of onregmatig afgedank is. En hy ontdek dan 'n bietjie meer as wat ek dink hy wou ontdek. So dit is beslis 'n storie wat jy op jou tone sal hou, en ek het self die lokprent gaan kyk. Dit lyk na een wat jy beslis nie wil mis nie. Jy kan hierdie lokprent op YouTube kyk en vir jouself sien.
This is Africa. Good morning.
My name is Annerie Maré alongside Diana Master.
In the ANC conference in December, so starting off with the cycling.
Africa, good morning. Do have a lovely
Minister Monica Mchangwa has said that
with the soccer, the English Premier League continued, the biggest game being.
On that note, it is all our love, all our light.
Die internasionale popster het die afgelope week by 'n literêre fees in Engeland bietjie meer gedeel oor haar liefde vir lees en literatuur. Dit volg na sy by verlede jaar se boekeprysseremonie meer gedeel het oor die impak wat literatuur en lees op haar lewe gehad het. Sy noem spesifiek Mallory Blackman se Noughts and Crosses en Milan Kundera se The Unbearable Lightness of Being as twee van die literêre werke wat 'n groot impak in haar lewe gemaak het. Sy sê dat lees en literatuur haar ook gehelp het om haar kulturele wortels beter te ontdek. So ek dink beslis ek het al Milan Kundera se The Unbearable Lightness of Being gelees, maar ek dink Noughts and Crosses is dalk volgende op my leesdinge. So ek hoop jy sal saam met my deur Noughts and Crosses lees.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
En dit bring ons aan die einde van hierdie week se episode vir Blitsfokus. Dit was soos altyd fantasties om jou in ons geselskap te hê. Onthou dat jy Blitsfokus elke woensdagmiddag om 5:00 op NTV kan sien. Dit is DStv kanaal 285 en GoTV kanaal 25 vir al die nuutste literêre as ook jeugnuus in Namibië en in die wêreld. So tot volgende week, bly nuuskierig.